Well. We've been away and we are back. This is an all new episode of the Three Amigos Show Podcast.
Yes, absolutely. I feel good.
Without any further ado, let's introduce you to the three suplexes, aka the esteemed host of the Three Amigos Show Podcast. First, as always, there's no shook hands, and we'll see today if there's any shook hands in Brooklyn, but it ain't none. If you don't know me, I'm just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. The bottom line is always the dollar sign, and if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense at all, right? That's what we always say. I'm the intellectual savior to the masses, the underdog, also known as the unchosen one. I am the brilliant, bright, and always willing to fight. Brandon Thoughts, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Brandon.
And everybody
Thoughts,
in between and all that.
Yeah.
Secondly, hailing originally from the Lavis Borough, Flatbush part of the Lavis Borough. He was once all in. He still might be double or nothing. Will he have a collision? We don't know, but he's the meanest on the wheels of steel, the voice of the turnbuckle talk, and the realist on the turntables, right? You still use turntables, right?
Absolutely.
He is the Panamanian guy. He is the Mashup King.
Yes, indeedy.
And last and certainly not least, hopefully we can get through this show so he can continue playing WWE 2K, whatever year it is.
2K23.
Thank you very much for the clarification, ladies and gentlemen, especially that great man right there. Anyway, he's also hailing from Brooklyn, New York, standing at 6'4". He is lyrical, miracle, spiritual, criminal, minimal, bare minimum, aluminum bars. He is the 10-time New York State Park Wrestling Champion. I can't wait till we reveal that title. That's the title they should have revealed. He is Big Daddy Cool Sour Diesel.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? I know you missed me.
Listen,
it's good to be back, fellas. How you been?
Oh, it's been amazing. But let me tell you, this introduction tonight had a reverb to it. It was different. It got me to sit up straight in my chair. I mean, this was something that was a big friggin' deal here, man.
It's season two, man. The people been faithful to us. They've been loyal. They've been watching. They've been commenting. We, all three of us, all three of the amigos, all tres of us. We thank you so much, and we appreciate you for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world when you listen to us or you watch us on the YouTube. You hear with us, and we appreciate you. With that being said, it's been so much to talk about in so little time while we've been away. It's been words on the curbs. It's been a lot going on in the world of wrestling. So whichever one of you fellas want to kick it off, let's talk some wrestling talk. Let's open up that smoking section. Let's do all that.
I want to open up.
Yes.
A pack of whip ass on last night's episode of Dynamite. Was
this
pretty...
week's episode of Dynamite.
This week. Yeah. My apologies. This week's episode of Dynamite. And it was, the same old. But we seen a shocking debut of Roderick Strong.
Yes, we did.
Roderick Strong, who we all thought that was still signed by the WWE, ladies and gentlemen. We all thought he was signed there. Now, last summer, he had there was rumors that he wanted to. He asked for his he requested to leave, to be released of his contract, but we never knew that it was granted. Right? We didn't hear that release was granted. So then he was written off TV by a kayfabe injury. So we all thought he was injured, and it was still said to believe, and you can go on the WWE, you can see it for yourself, that he was still, and he's still on the list of being a talent for the company, for WWE. But last night.
But do you think that's probably just an error on WWE's part? Like that's maybe just something they overlooked?
It can't be no error because they were shocked.
WWE was shocked.
Yes, people are shocked that he showed up there. It was, like we thought. I mean, we all thought he was going to come back. We thought he was going to be in the brand, probably the brand split, the draft. But I mean, we remember when Cody Rhodes came back to WWE, he had his list of people that he wanted to get in the ring with, and Roderick Strong was one of those people. And now he's there in AEW, which I mean, will he make a difference there? I don't know. Let's talk about it, right? Roderick Strong, he was signed. He signed to WWE NXT about around, I would say 2015 or something like that. Mm-hmm. He's been there. He's been down there for
maybe 2016. I think maybe 2016.
No, I think he was there longer than that because he was there before. He was there before. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. He was there before them, right? Mm-hmm. He was fighting for a spot at NXT to prove himself, and he had got a couple of matches. I remember one time he went up against Drew McIntyre to see who's going to face for the NXT title. So he had got a lot of chances out there, but he didn't really get his real big break until the Dusty Cup tournament, and when he was teamed up with Pete Dunne, and they had to fight Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly for the tag titles, and that's when he turned his back on Pete Dunne, and that's when he became Undisputed Era, right? So that was like his biggest run, and it seemed like once his friends left, when they didn't renegotiate their contracts, and when some was dropped off, that's when he just started falling back, and he just started falling back into a shell, and he started being a lazy man. But then they gave him another staple, Diamond Mine, right? They gave him a title. He became the cruiserweight title for NXT, right? But then what happened then after that? They released Malcolm Bivens. So then that was a thing for him. So it seemed like every time someone got released, he was a little unpleased. He was looking very unhappy. So now, fast forward a year later, I guess, he's there at AEW with his friends. He can be with his friends now. He's happy. And he could be down there with his barefooted wife, Maria Shafir, whatever her damn name is. I can't pronounce that name. She's a jobber if you don't know who she is. She's the barefoot one. She just run around there barefoot. She's like the female version of Matt Riddle. That's her. So, you know what I mean? So and it's looking, and you know what? And I'm kind of bothered by this. Because I'm like, isn't this a business? This is a business, right?
Mm-hmm. The wrestling business.
Okay, it's a business. So if you want friendships, then take that shit outside of the business, okay? When your friends leave, do your goddamn job. Do your job. You all happy go lucky. Oh, Adam, I'm back. Look at me, I'm here. And that pop was bullshit. It was the corniest pop I've seen in my life. But he took so long.
Can I stop you for a second? Can I stop you for a second? I know.
Let me stop.
Okay, so Roderick Strong premiered, on the show on Dynamite, and I will agree with you. I was definitely confused as well because I thought he was injured. I thought that he was coming back to NXT, so this was definitely a surprise. Now, my question to you, sir, is that, do you think that Roderick Strong joining AEW is going to elevate? It's a twofold: elevate AEW and elevate Adam Cole.
Hell no. Okay, because did Adam Cole get elevated when Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly came and joined them? Hell, they released Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly, I think he's injured. Or let me guess, is he injured and he's gonna come back to WWE? Because I don't know what's going on here. Let's just do some fake ass injuries and appear on another goddamn show somewhere in another company. Because that's sort of like what's going on here. Okay, he is not gonna do nothing. And what I'm now learning with these wrestling companies, that some of these people are just supporting acts, and who knows, Roderick Strong being there now, he can revert back to his Ring of Honor glory, his Ring of Honor days. You know what I mean? He can sneak his way back in the Ring of Honor. But I don't think it's going to do anything for Adam Cole. And since Adam Cole has been there, he ain't been shit. He come outside, he comes there with a leather jacket on and drawers. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Leather jacket, drawers, and boots. Come on.
But you see now, this is his man's 50 grand. So random thought, you don't think that this could elevate Adam Cole at all with Roderick Strong being
first
there?
Things first, right? Going back to the history of Roderick Strong, right? The moment that they got rid of Adam Cole and all his friends left and they put him with the Diamond Mine, and Diamond Mine was able to succeed without him, I knew it was a wrap for Roderick Strong. I am not as surprised as you two gentlemen. I'm happy that they're surprised over there and they're booking their work. I'm not surprised at all. I knew the moment that they brought back freaking Adam Cole and they kept showing the Bullet Club. I don't know, the Bloody Nuts Club. I don't know the name of them, so I just call them the
Bullet Club. They call it Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna call them the Bloody Nuts Club. I like the name better. We'll call them the Bloody Nuts Club. This will be a T-shirt soon. And once that started happening, I kind of knew like, oh, they're gonna bring Roderick Strong on. Maybe Kyle O'Reilly will, dust off the boots, come home from being Mr. Mom or something like that, and get back in the ring. And they will form something and go against the Bloody Nuts crew. That's what I thought about that. I was not surprised at all.
Black
and the answer to your question is no, it will not elevate AEW. They're going to do a bad, poor rendition of what NXT did with the Undisputed Era. That's what I think.
Yeah. And,
yeah.
And not to, I'm not going to knock it. AEW was the start of like, wow, AEW, you're having too much factions. You're just having too much. And then now it's going on. It then trickled down into WWE, where WWE has all these factions. You have the Bloodline. You have the LWO. You have Judgment Day.
Judgment Day,
and whoever else is about to come and form up next.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's looking like that's what AEW is like. Hey, you know what? We started this faction shit, and this is the motherfucking things I get. You know what I mean? So it's like they trying to remake that happen.
Here's the thing. I think that Adam Cole needs something, fellas. That man needs something. I don't know what it is, and hopefully this Roderick Strong could be the guy to help him elevate.
I know what he needs.
That nigga shouldn't have never left.
He needs to leave his
breaker. He shouldn't have chased her to no fucking AEW. He shouldn't have never left.
Not even a wife.
But can I say this?
Go ahead.
That last episode of Dynamite where they then handcuffed him to the ring rope, and then he was there like Brett. It was such the poorest of acting that I ever seen. I mean, I don't know who's worse, him or Steve Buscemi. I don't know who's the worst actor. And I sat there and I said to myself, what in God's name am I looking at here? Like, I wanted to throw something at my TV, except I can't afford to buy a brand new TV just yet. So I said, like, you know what? At this point, I said, when he was like, Britt, I'm sorry, Britt. And I'm just like, what is happening here? The most entertaining thing about that entire promo was when he called Chris Jericho a stupid idiot. That was the only time that I said I smirked in that whole thing. So I don't know. I don't think personally Adam Cole could do any worse. I don't think he could do any worse. I think that anything would bring him back over to some sense of relevancy. That's all I'm saying.
His stock went down doing all that shit, man. It went down. It went down the drain.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I'll be devil's advocate, right? When Daniel Bryan had the concussions and he came back and when we were watching Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, whatever, matches, we were almost scared because he was wrestling on a level that was like he was never injured.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Adam Cole came back and he's still wrestling you was already fucking mediocre before you left.
Right.
Now you're coming back and you didn't even turn the dial up. And I don't want to say, oh, give it enough time. He's not in the rivalry. No, your first match back, nigga, you were supposed to be like, we've been sleeping. Adam Cole is here to save the day. He's here to save the mid card. He's the one who's going to be, he's actually going to be the one to fight Adam Cole not Adam Cole, MJF. He's the, he did not give us that. That was not presented to us.
As a matter of fact, the best rivalry he had was with Tony Schiavone. I mean, that was like.
Oh yeah.
But now it's gonna be the best thing of Tony Schiavone fucking rivalry because I want to know when the fuck did he become a general manager to be making announcements about fucking matches.
First of all, why does Tony Schiavone always sound like? Can I ask you a question? Why Tony Schiavone on commentary and Tony Schiavone on the mic sounds different? Tony Schiavone on the mic sound like he about to die. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, okay, from Tony Khan, we have news. Breaking.
That was him emoting the fact that he hates MJF and he was getting a chance to stick it to him, but I don't think it landed.
Here's the thing I hate about Tony Schiavone, right? I don't know what the fuck he think he is doing. Like he think he's gonna get a pop from us at home when Sting comes out. Oh, here he comes, here he is, and then everybody else on the commentator just be quiet, like he's gonna do it, y'all. He's gonna do it. It's Sting. Like shut your ass up. I don't care about no goddamn Sting, nigga.
Let me tell you something. It wasn't hot in 1989, and it's certainly not hot in 2023.
Sting. He's the only one happy to see this nigga.
He is. The only other person that's more happier to see Sting, than Tony Schiavone is actually Sting. Okay, the fact that he can get up every day.
I would just like to apologize to the fans out there that is watching this shit. Not us. I'm talking about this shit that's going on with AEW and Adam Cole and all these things. I can't believe you left NXT to go chase after a girlfriend, not even a wife. She's been your girlfriend for like 10 years, nigga. When you gonna put a ring on it? Damn. He ain't even like.
I guess he's waiting until he gets the world championship, and then he'll propose to her. And whatever.
Let me tell you what actually the problem is, right? What a little bit of the fans have been asking for, we're using the homegrown talent to build stars, something we talked about last season on this show. That's an opportunity for y'all right now after you watch this to go and look at our last season right on YouTube, the Three Amigos. But they are working on, building up their homegrown talent, which is what we see with this whole Pillar story. I have to apologize for something I said last season. Not really, because I meant what the fuck I said. But
now we're getting somewhere. Okay.
But, where are we going? I want to go.
I will say the Pillar story is interesting to me.
Oh, come on.
My gosh. I'm melting.
Only y'all not listening. Y'all not listening.
Wrestling connoisseur, Brandon thought.
Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this bullshit.
Y'all not listening. Niggas never listen, and then they end up saying it. Listen. If there was a clever way in Earth 332, and Tony Khan or his creative or whatever could come up a way to pull off a double turn, this will be interesting. If you can make Jungle Boy heel and make Sammy Guevara a face, this would work. This would fucking work. I'm telling you.
Oh, because
would work.
because the way how MJF is befriending Sammy Guevara.
Yes.
But it's not. But isn't it not going to be a It's not going to be a four-way match. It's going to be Sammy Guevara versus.
The next week they have the tag match.
Time.
Yeah, they have the tag team match, and if Jungle Boy and Darby Allin win, then it's a fatal 4-way. If not,
then that's what it's going to be. Then it might as well be a fatal 4-way. It might as well be a fatal 4-way. I don't know why they doing all this. Why? We already know what it's going to be. This is what I'm saying. We already know what it's going to be. So why tease us with this? Why Okay, because they have they've been working on this. This is a 2-month build up for the upcoming pay-per-view. I get that, but it's been a build up for since they all 4 of them signed, right? I would like to say that, but it's just give us just do it already. Damn. You know what it's going to be.
Just get it over with already. Let's just get it over with.
The ultimate issue is that I just can't sit through another promo with those 4 again.
That's it, though. They don't need to talk. They don't need to. I don't understand why they feel a need to build a story with these people who are not good on mic, and they don't need to talk. They don't need to talk.
Random thought. Let me tell you something. It was punishment. I feel like, if you committed a crime and it's worth the death penalty, one of the things you have to do is sit through them 4 guys promo. I mean, it's so.
Oh my gosh, I will bleed out.
It was so bad. I just said, I was waiting for it to end, and and Jungle Boy Jack Perry, he is terrible. Oh my God, on the microphone. Listen, I'd rather listen to
a lot of spit in his mouth.
I'd rather listen to Mike Adamle call a match than actually go and listen to Jungle Boy Jack Perry. It is so painful. It was so painful. And I sat there and said, okay, turn the mics off. There's no point. As long as they all just stand there, that's all you need at this point. Turn the goddamn mic off. In order, if we can rate them, who's who's worse? You know what I mean?
The negative 0 is Jungle Boy. Negative 0 is Jungle Boy.
Then Darby.
Regular 0 is Darby Allin. The number 1 is Sammy Guevara.
Yes.
I think Sammy Guevara. I don't know. I think they all just suck equally. And then I don't know what's
good. That's fair.
What's so good about it? Why? Because they can curse in their promos. Shit, ass, bitch, you son of a bitch.
You know what? It just goes to show you that the pillars of the company can't even talk, because all these people with this. No, I'm lying. Only MJF is the only person that did not have an ex-WWE guy represent them. That's it.
Cody Rhodes. What do you mean? Huh? Cody Rhodes
with MJF?
Yeah. You don't remember when they come on. If you go back to the promo 2 weeks ago when MJF was going at it with Sting and Darby Allin, and he called Sting Daddy Daycare, but then Sting in relation called him Daddy Cody Daycare, whatever the shit may be. Mm-hmm. He was birthed by Cody.
So I stand corrected. None of these people cannot work without an ex-WWE guy, and that just goes to show you that WWE does produce the talent. Because if you need all these people to be great talkers, then you're missing the boat, right?
Yeah.
And Tony,
yep.
And Tony has to get these people better on the mic. First of all, they were on 20 minutes again, guys. 20 minutes. And I said, why? Why are they having 20 minutes of airtime? Let's get to a match. Let's get to a fucking match, because it doesn't make sense.
They're doing everything that WWE do. They're doing everything that WWE does.
But if you're gonna do it better. Do
it better. Or here's the thing, right? They have not produced consecutively nothing within the product, not weekly. Maybe sometimes on pay-per-view is something you can rip apart there that is not even in the realm to even compete production-wise or now even storyline. The only match to me that stood out on Dynamite was Sammy and Darby, as opposed to all of the matches that stood out on last week's SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. So They got the company. You're gonna sign all these people and make all these surprises. Surprise, nigga, give us a good ass product. Signed sincerely, professional wrestling fans in the Three Amigos. Proceed.
Dude, what's the next one?
WWE, they're gonna change since they're getting new titles, folks. They're getting new titles, and it's rumored that they will be changing the tag team championships. They will be changing them. So no more of that red and blue shit, okay? No more of that blood and crip belt shit, okay? We ain't going through that shit no more. You know what I'm talking about? They're changing it back. Probably some nice big gold, the way them tag team titles should be, and they're gonna change them back. They're gonna change the name back to the World Heavyweight Tag Team Championship.
A flash from the past, yeah.
A flash from the past, because we gotta understand this, y'all. Triple H is the guy that's running things right now. He's a historian. He's big on tag teams, yes. Right? And also too, to throw this in there, since we talking about tag team since we talking about new belts, new titles, we can also talk about the new heavyweight championship, right? Because that was a Triple H idea. He was never a fan of the universal title thing,
right?
All right, he wasn't a fan of that, and when WCW got put into WWE, when they got bought out, Triple H was the one that made the big gold belt look good when he had it, right? He made it look good.
That's his belt. That between him and Batista, that's their belt. That's their.
That is.
That's their big gold. That's their belt.
And it was always rumored that they was going to bring the big gold back, or they was going to make some type of something like it, right? So this past Monday on Raw, we seen that it was revealed, the new heavyweight title, right?
The world heavyweight. It's the world, right?
World heavyweight title.
World heavyweight.
World heavyweight title. It was revealed. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. And I don't understand why. When we all knew that this was going to happen. See, it was a mixture of that, and then it was a mixture of people calling it a consolation prize, only because
I've heard that a lot.
Because oh wow, man, can't nobody get the belt from Roman, so we might as well just have a new title. Oh, come on. Fickle and the pickle. All right? Because we all knew this was going to come, right? We all was sitting here trying to figure out what was a way that we're going to get these belts off of Roman. Right? And it couldn't happen. Roman done beat everybody. Right? Now we have this brand split. We already know how this was going to go. They booked Roman Strong. They don't want to take the titles from him, and they want him to still have that long reign in the modern day era. Cool, let him have that. He can have that, because sooner or later someone's going to take it from him. They're going to take those titles from him, and it's going to be take the titles from him and take the reign of him becoming the longest reigning champion, undisputed champion. That is.
I don't want to cut you off. First things first. Mashed Out of the Three Amigos show is who broke it last season, who said that they were going to make the world title. And it was a whole discussion we kind of got into. Yeah. I think I remember it. That's once again for you guys listening and tuning in on YouTube. Go back to that video for references. Go check that out. Also, subscribe, comment, share, hit that little bell, tune into the Three Amigos. I like the way this conversation is flowing and where it's going right now. Hopefully you guys are too. But we broke that here first. He did, and we got into a whole debate that was a little bit toward WrestleMania Elimination Chamber, where we were discussing, the world title. So we want to give you a kudos to that for being a wrestling prophet. But go ahead, proceed. I just wanted to say that. My bad. Go ahead.
And I just want to say this.
Thank you, random thought. Let me tell you something. That was Walter Cronkite news giving you just say right there.
I just want to say to the fans that are so fickle behind this.
Those fickle pickles.
Those fickles and the pickles, right? This is a chance. This is a chance to see fresh blood having a championship, right? people that we can be proud of seeing on a weekly basis with a title around their waist or over the shoulder, however they want to carry it out to the ring.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, and we want to see this happen come May 28th. Or is it May 27th? At the Night of Champions.
Memorial Day weekend. Just go with that.
Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend. I'm sorry. I'm just all over the place because it's been a good week of wrestling. It's been, and y'all didn't see me since last season. I'm back, everybody. I'm here. Aren't you happy? I got news for you. You should be jumping out your seats. You know what I mean?
I just want to jump in for a second. Like we said before about the world title. Now, can I say this? It kind of makes sense that Cody didn't win. Because in the grand scheme of things and the long-term booking efforts of the WWE, it makes sense why Cody didn't win. Wow. Right? Now, as like you just said, D, the fickle audience can't see the bigger picture, right? Because we talked about it. We didn't know it was really going to happen, but we talked about it, and now here's the world title. So now you could have the belt that Cody might win. Now I'm not saying Cody going to win it immediate, but it makes total sense because now when we look at lineage, right? I thought about this driving home today, and I said, now when we look at lineage, the World Heavyweight title, who held that title? Dusty
Rhodes.
And that's why I said, now this makes perfect sense. I said, this is now putting Cody into the realm of where he should be.
But not to cut you off. And our same discussion about the title, the only reason why I went against the world title is because I said, if Cody is finishing his story and completing the dream, he's getting the WWE title that he never, that his dad never got. Then we were thinking the Universal, the undisputed Universal, which has, both belts together. Now putting the world title into the picture, it's like Dusty kind of won the world title before. So if you win that one, that's cool. But you can win that one, give it more merit, and then still go for why not? The dreams is endless. Because I know he's not the topic right now, but I have to express this. Another thing I was wrong about in the past, and I'm a man and I'm grown to admit when I am wrong, and I take accountability. I hated Homelander Cody Rhodes in AEW. However, this Cody Rhodes, when he comes out, I feel something. I feel, I don't know if it's the Hulk Hogan, and I'm not a Hulk Hogan fan. Whatever that feeling that I get for his love for this business, for the growth, for what he's been through, I feel like he walks with his story. So I feel something. So I do think that he should win the title, but it's somebody else that I feel like deserves it just a little bit more.
It's rumored that Seth is going to win it, but when you just say that, right? When you said that. When you say when Cody comes out, he does walk with his story, right? And he comes out so astonished. He's very good on a mic. He should be the inaugural champion, right? Yeah. He has the suit. He has the suit. That belt will match his suits, ladies and gentlemen. Can you just imagine it? That blonde head fucker coming out on that stage. And we singing it, wherever it goes. I don't know. But he's going to come out with that title. He's going to look so damn proud. It goes with the gold and the lining of his outfit already. It does, man. It really does. Cody has to have it. And all I want to know is who will be the contenders? How are they going to do this? I know they're probably going to do a tournament. Cool, whatever. Well, as long as Brock Lesnar, it's not in that tournament.
That's what I was gonna say. Before we get to that,
if fucking Vince booked this and fucking Brock becomes the champion, I'm whipping Vince's ass.
No, but that's okay too, because I did pitch that to somebody and was like, "Hey, what if they throw it on Brock for Cody to get it off of Brock? Double story." But we don't really want to see that because we've seen that before, right? We'll talk more about who we think the contenders are when we get into the draft, because I think that goes a little bit more with the draft is, because that's how they'll start figuring out,
right,
you know, who the competitors are, because then everybody will have their show. We'll know where Roman is going. We'll know, you know, where the world title is going, and from there, the top competitors who are drafted. It's probably going to be the first.
What do you think the world title should be, though? I think the world title should be on SmackDown.
We're gonna talk about that when we get to the gun.
Okay, I'm just sorry. This shit needs a heavy up.
Damn it.
This shit needs a heavy up so I could put it in my universe mode on 2K23.
You know,
Sheesh.
Okay.
I already downloaded 2 of the titles already. 2 versions.
What's the next one?
The next.
But I like the belt. We didn't really get to talk about the belt. I'm sorry, but I like the belt.
We didn't talk about the tag ones. I'm sorry, the tag ones we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah, we just spent the whole time on the
okay, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. So they're coming out with no tag belts. They're selling all the new tag titles.
Don't do that.
The new tag titles will be coming soon to you very soon, right? We just don't know how soon, and we don't know who's going to become those champions, because we do have a match coming up tomorrow, this week on SmackDown with the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And since we're talking about this, you know, we waited for this story to be completed. We waited for this story to happen. Like, we all predicted it. It's gonna be the Usos losing their titles to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They fucking bore me. They bore me.
Wait, Kevin Owens,
I'm bored.
Sami Zayn?
Yeah, I'm bored with Cam. I'm bored with them.
Done anything? I mean, you know, just yet, right?
They didn't, because it just keeps on this fucking Uso story. I'm tired of it already. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. Now you got this nail polish wearing ass fucking high fuck in the picture. What's his Matt Riddle? Like, come on. And first of all, I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna leave that.
Can I just jump in? I just want to jump in 1 second. So, and I know this is more so going to go to the draft question, right? But if the shows do fully draft out, does it make sense for there to be one set of tag team titles? Because then are you saying that one tag team will carry on both shows?
Yeah,
that kind of
because
one purpose a little bit.
Let me tell you one. It's a clear indication for stuff, right? Is what things signify. One, it lets you know that the tag teams that we know now, a lot of them will be broken up in the draft, right? That's the first thing. The second thing we'll know from that is now that the tag teams we do have, they'll be fighting for the number one contender spot on both shows, which help build up storyline for the tag team and build up other tag teams. So I think that it does make sense. Having one on Raw and it's only 3 tag teams, once they have a rivalry, by the time we get the Survivor Series, all the teams would have fought already. And it'd just be rematch after rematch after rematch.
Not to cut you, but you know that, obviously it's not one of the ones that we talked about in pre-post. But one of the discussions is that the shows are going back to full pay-per-views for each brand.
Yeah, brand split pay-per-views.
Yeah, that's one of the rumors. So I mean, I agree that it would make sense for one. I'm not that I necessarily agree. I do understand that it would make sense for one tag team championship, but now that you have potentially 2 sets of we're cursing. We keep saying pay-per-views, but premium.
Premium live events.
Premium live events. When you have 2 sets of premium live events, does it ultimately make sense, to actually have one set of tag team titles when you're still going to have, we have how many shows a year? 8. I think it's 8 big shows a year now, maybe. So so you got to split 4 and 4. So then, but the tag team don't have to be defended at every premium live event. Okay, so then you'll be building up back storylines that I guess that the other tag teams would fend for their way to get to the number one contendership.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
I don't think they need two tag titles anyway.
Yeah,
I hated the two tag titles thing. I hated that. Just let it be one. Let it be one, and they go from this show to that show. Let it be like that. And from that show to this show, they don't. The only time they need to go on that show is if they defended it. If they're not defending it, cool. You know what I mean? They don't need nah. I hate it when they did that. They don't need two tag title belts. They doing too much.
Right.
If anything, give up one of those tag title belts, right? And create a goddamn mid-card championship for the women. Okay? The women need a mid-card belt. Title, excuse me. They need a mid-card title for the women. They really do. Because there's some of these women in there that bust their ass that's just as much of a workhorse as the male talent.
I was listening to Busted Open Radio over the weekend, and with Mark Henry, and he just you actually echoed the same sentiment he had, where there needs to be no more going into another tag situation to put a mid-card, undercard title out there for the women. And the interesting thing I think about this is that how do you now distinguish who gets that title and who goes for the higher title? Because you already understand the WWE, when we don't know what to do with them, put them in the tag team, right? Like that's their theory. We don't know what to do, form a tag team. So how do you determine who gets the undercard title versus who stays in the tag team and goes for the tag team championships?
They even need to wipe the tag. They need to wipe out the women tag titles, if you ask me, because the women tag teams is not really tag teams. Like we can see these two mixing it up, and then they'll become a tag team, right? And then they'll go against another tag team. Then after that, a couple of weeks later, they switch over tag teams. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was a point in time where Liv and Tegan Knox was a tag team. Then they weren't no more. Then that was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Sorry. Now it's Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. They need to stop doing that. Break all that, bust all that shit down, break it down, because it's only but so many women tag teams anyway. Make it a mid-card title. Make it the ones that we know that will never really become women's champion. Let them get a mid-card title. Like Sonya Deville. She deserves a mid-card title. She could be one of the illest mid-card title holders. You know what I'm saying? She needs that title. Chelsea Green. She can get a hold of that title. Fuck it. And if they do come out with that title, who can be the one? Who could be the first one? The first woman who's always the first one, Asuka. Asuka can be.
I thought you were going to say Natalya. I was about.
Oh hell no, no. Asuka. Asuka was the first.
If you said Natalya, I was going to mute and calm down. Okay.
No, Asuka.
Jim Diablo Neidhart does not need another title. Okay.
Hell no, Asuka. Asuka got to become that. Like shit. And then like even with that 24/7 title, right? And when Dana Brooke was holding it, it was kind of showing you like a woman can be like a mid-card title holder. Like just really picture that. Like if that was a mid-card title for the women, that would have been something good. That would have been something really good.
The word on the street, that title's actually coming back.
No, I did not hear that street on the word.
I heard that.
I did not. I did not. I was in the streets and I didn't hear those words. Like, I don't know
what I think they really should do, it would be corny, but I still think that they should do it, is that they should really mend the tag team title and make it the mid-card title, right? And have someone, I wish Asuka to win it first, but who I really see being Intercontinental champion, it wouldn't be called that. Would it be called that? I don't know. But a mid-card women champion is
women TV's champion, like a women TV's the women TV's title or something like that.
Like the TBS title.
Yeah, that we've seen actually defended. I couldn't believe that on TV.
I was shocked too. I was shocked too.
They needed like a women's television championship. That would be dope. That would be fire. Ooh, I think I'm gonna look for that on 2K23.
Yeah, I could see that because then I could see Liv Morgan winning that. That's wonderful. Give it, there you go. We can move on.
I don't know if you're trying to be funny or not.
No, I really think that's a title for Liv Morgan.
Okay.
All right. That brings you to your.
Oh, my segue.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. One of the rumors. This is my rumor that I heard. Naomi, Trinity Star, has been signed to Impact Wrestling. She is now part of
signing.
Was it?
That was a real interesting signing. I would never expected her to go there. I would have never have thought she would have go there. They must have had to offer the best money. I would have never expected that.
Especially when I seen her at Ring of Honor looking on at what's her name? She changed her name. The girl, you know, that girl. You know the girl. The girl.
And narrows it down.
Ember Moon. I can't. I don't know her name over here, what you call it, because oh damn, you don't even see her anywhere no more. Like, oh, so poor Pookie, no, so bad, so sad.
What is really her name?
I can't remember it.
Wow, Ember Moon. Alexis Scott. No, what's
no. What? Is it something with an Ada or something?
Athena.
Athena. It's okay. She'll be back. Another Quino. She'll let me know morning. Ain't that right, Frank?
I don't even know. I'll take y'all word for it. Like I have no idea what this is.
She sucks. so terrible. She's terrible. You're horrible. She's horrible.
But I was really surprised that she ended up going with Impact because I you don't think Tony Khan would have thrown the bag at her? Why do you think she made that decision?
Because ain't one of the Fatus in there or something, I think. Maybe that's why.
I don't think she made this decision. I think this decision was made for her. Once again, slightly disappointed that she did not return home, but we also don't know what the backstage is like for Sis, so I ain't gonna put too much pressure on that. However, I don't see what the hell this does for Naomi. She has nobody who can help her grow. This is her just, I guess, getting a second income. The Usos have top story on television right now. They should be bringing in income. They sell merch. I guess this is her being an independent, independent women or something because
write me down.
Trying to make her own money because this is the most horrible decision she could have ever made.
I agree.
Is there any women in Impact Wrestling?
Who's she fighting?
Oh, she can fight. She can fight
James, or did she retire?
Mickey James. And China Grace. I mean, oh damn, Jordan Grace. She can fight her.
No, her name's China Grace now.
What's the other woman? She had the incident at
Oh, Deanna Peruzzo?
Deanna,
Deanna Puzzle, or whatever her fucking name is. Deanna Pretzel.
I think pizzeria. Yeah.
I think they only have like 4 women in there. Like, what the fuck? Like, Naomi, what are you doing, guy? What are you doing, Trinity?
This is WWE circa 1990 to 1996. Like, that's the type of females they have there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's okay is TNA has always been a holding cell to me. Like
Impact.
When people got released from WWE, they kind of go there when they're gonna still make their way up. Maybe they'll go to NXT and make their way up back to WWE. It has happened before, so maybe that's why she did it. So it's on a safe line, to secure a check, to still stay athletic, still keep her name out there, get eyes out there, and then maybe she'll be a big return. I really think it's an equity thing. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
We don't know.
I'm sorry. These people be. This is what I be meaning right now, right? This is what I want to take this with a grain of salt, or take this shit with a lot of salt on your white rice, because I just don't be understanding. We are living in a time where these talents think they are bigger than the company's name.
Yeah.
Like what she's gonna do is she's gonna be like another one of those people where we were so amped up for her, like we supported her, we wanted to see her. Then once she gets back in the ring, she's gonna be clumsy.
She's gonna be clumsy. She's gonna be the black female CM Punk.
Yeah, it happens. It's going to happen. I shit you not.
You know what?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I'm a rock with that. I'm actually going to rock with that because
they be thinking they're too big for the company, and it's not about you. Like you are a supporting member in that company to help the company grow, and you have an audience there. Like I was shocked the other day when Sasha Banks actually had the nerve to say, Mercedes, whatever her name is.
Monet
she
Tejada.
Said, right? Monet Tejada. Like, she actually said she's trying to be as much of a bigger star as John Cena. And I'm like, girl! Girl! You would never be as big as John Cena. The hell you smoking on?
I mean, Bianca just said she wanted to be like Roman, so I mean.
Well, Bianca is
God mode.
Bianca is Roman, and she is John Cena. Ain't nobody else bigger than Bianca aside from Charlotte. And I don't think Charlotte is as much of a big name as Bianca anymore.
Here's the thing, right? If what Naomi and Monet Tejada don't understand is, Trinity Fatu and Monet Tejada don't understand is the moment that
isn't it Mercedes? Who is
whatever. Yeah, baby girl. You know what we talking about.
You know, she calls herself Mercedes
Monet Tejada, whatever. But the moment that Jade Cargill is able to be a free agent and WWE throws the bag at her, and there's a wrestling world where there's Bianca Belair and there's Jade Cargill, while this brand split and titles and shit is going on, it's over. There's gonna be no need for Athena Cage. It's not gonna be no need for that's a singer, I think. That's the wrong name. Athena. I don't know nobody's name today. It's gonna be no need for Monet Tejada. It's gonna be no need for Trinity Fatu because they could be the next fucking Roman, Brock, Stone Cold, fucking Rock rivalry that we could watch for years. There'd be no need for them.
I agree.
Nia Jax is losing weight, by the way. But go ahead.
Yes, I saw that. She's looking pretty good.
She's looking good. Mm-hmm. I think maybe she'll return, and that'll probably stop her from botching.
Ooh. And having said that, all right, that's all that you got for us, right?
I am done and I am finished.
All right. So the next one I want to get to is
okay,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Prior to the ending of season 2, right? So I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a second. Big Daddy Cool Diesel had a breakdown in our group chat. He had a nervous breakdown because the Monday after Raw. Big Daddy Cool said
after WrestleMania.
After WrestleMania, Big Daddy Cool stated that he is done with the WWE because he found out that Vince McMahon is back, at the helm. And what I said is that I said, let's give it a chance first, right? Before we make any, rash moves or what have you, because obviously we don't know what is going to pan out. Everything is rumors. Right. And I want to discuss the potentiality of Vince McMahon being back, having the final say in creative. Fellas.
Well, I heard completely opposite, so I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now. Is beyond during that time.
So you're saying that you heard that he's not involved at all.
Right.
Okay.
That he's still doing the day-to-day business stuff that he has to do until the actual deal goes through, monies is exchanged, and so on and so forth. That is the last source, the last two sources I looked at said that. Now, they could not be up to date. It could be new startling revelations. Wrestling change every damn day, right? I mean, but the sport of professional wrestling business. But I don't know, Sour D's, what do you okay? We got you back in season 2, the breakdown. You good. So,
well, ladies and gentlemen, I was hurt. I was really hurt by the news. I mean, I was fucking upset. Like, I was done with WWE. Right? But then when I spoke to my good colleagues here, they say, "Hey, wait a minute, just calm on down. Let's give it a week, all right?" And lo and behold, they were right? Because we were judging it off one night. A very important.
He was judging it off of one night.
It was a very important night. But then you know what? I had to really sit back and think. Like, I mean, a Raw after Mania ain't really been nothing for a couple of years, right? Hasn't really been nothing for a couple of years. So then we come into the they merged their business, all right, and then later on we find out there's going to be brand splits. So maybe this is them trying something new. Let's wait. Let's hold off on the night after WrestleMania, and let's give them something. Let's give them something to hold on to. Like Roman Reigns said that night. Okay, they giving us filet mignon. This ain't none of that Burger King, McDonald's that we're used to. And I'm used to McDonald's, people. McDonald's is right around the corner from my home. I can just go right there right now and go get a burger if I wanted to. And this is not that. So I had to come to my senses, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait it out. And wait it out I did. So Vince is not ahead of creative. He's not control of the creative. All right. And he works remotely from home. So if anything, what they do is he gives input. He gives his insight into it. He doesn't control all of that. Everything else is done from the people that is there. Hunter, Hearst, Helmsley, Triple H, Paul Levesque. Okay? Those are the people that's controlling things. And ever since then, I have a smile on my face. It makes me very happy.
Here's the thing. I wanted to say this before. I know a lot of people were really disgusted with the fact that Vince was at Monday Night Raw.
Oh my God.
But you got to give him some credit, because the biggest storyline in professional wrestling was under him. Random Thought said that. Okay. Thank you, Random Thought. Yes. The biggest storyline in professional wrestling today was under him. So, it's not that he doesn't get it. It's that he has his own mindset and theory of how things should go. And he's not a person, never have been, a person that listens to the audience. He's a person that has his own vision and sees it through. So, am I a Vince McMahon mark? Absolutely not. Okay, because I have a lot of critiques about Vince.
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked that you are saying.
Yes, I have a lot of critiques about Vince McMahon and his business dealings. I'm not talking about Vince McMahon as the head of the WWE. I'm just talking about Vince McMahon as a person and his dealings. I'm not a fan of, in no way, shape, or form. And maybe one day we might talk about it on the show. Why I'm not a fan of Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr. However, but you got to give him credit where credit's due. The biggest storyline in the business came up under his regime. So you got to give him credit where credit's due. And also, he made us see it through with Roman Reigns. Okay? Because Roman Reigns, was a slow burn to get to where we are today. All right? So you got to give him credit for that. I don't like giving that man credit for anything, okay? But you got to give him credit for that.
We also got to understand that Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon is a gangster too. We gotta stop acting like he's not. We heard the stories. Vince don't care. He'll knuckle up with you. But Vince likes those talents that has the gall, the gonads, the grapefruits, if you will. Okay? He likes those type of guys. So if you're a talent back there and you just fucking sitting around talking about, hey, I just wanted to be my way, can't you see? He's not giving it to you. All right? You have to be that man that's going to demand respect from the boss, and he has to believe in you. So I don't know what it was when Roman came back off that leukemia. Okay? He did something. He made Vince believe, and Vince gave him that goddamn ball, and that ball has been rolling ever since. We need more people like that in the business. Okay?
Well,
we don't have too much of that in the business. What we have here in the business is fucking self-titled. We have entitlement. That's what we have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You think because you do a little knee slaps and you do all these things and you just think you're gonna have it all. You don't. You don't. You gotta learn how to talk on that goddamn mic. You gotta learn how to be believable. You gotta learn how to fucking demand some presence up in this bitch. If you don't have that, you are not getting it. And that's the way Vince is. We don't come on. We really cannot listen, I was angry that day. I really was, but I had to come to my senses because I had to be like, this is the same man who gave us The Rock. This is the same man who gave us Stone Cold. The same man who gave us Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, The Game, Triple H, Eddie Guerrero. He gave all these people a chance to why we all love wrestling today. So we cannot shit on that man. This is his business, and if that's the way he wanted to go, that's the way he gonna want it to go. We got to understand this too. He withstand a lot of these wrestling companies. He bought one of his fucking ops. He bought his ops. Okay, he bought them. And remember that time when Eric Bischoff called out Vince McMahon on one of those pay-per-views they had at the time?
Mm-hmm.
What you think Vince did?
Mm-hmm.
What he wanted to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to go.
He wanted to go, but also what he did, he said, I'm not paying them niggas. I ain't paying them niggas no mind. I don't care what you're doing over there. You gotta look at this, right? If you go on if you go on YouTube right now and you go to WWE's page, they have over like 90 million subscribers, okay? Then you go over to AEW, it's 3 million. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. All right? Okay.
Speaking about that, we heard in the last few days, I couldn't even get my thought out. In the last few days, CM Punk showing up at Monday Night Raw. So CM Punk was in Florida hosting an event, and he was on the plane with a few of his ex-coworkers from the WWE, and he decided to ride back with them back to Chicago. I mean, they all met up, and then he went to the Allstate Arena, and he decided that he wanted to have conversations. He wanted to have conversations with ex-coworkers and ex-boss, possibly, right? And the ex-boss said, okay, I'd love to talk to you. Let me speak to the big man and see what he says, i.e., VKM. And VKM.
Why are you laughing? Because we call him VKM. So childish. Hey, finish.
VKM, because he had his fair share of lawsuits in 2023, said, no, you have to leave the building. You are not a free agent to have free conversations. And I understand you want to make amends, but you have to make that amends in a different way. You cannot be in our building or in our parking lot. So CM Punk had to leave and vacate the premises, and he understood. He understood that he had to leave because obviously, because of the circumstances. Now, what I want to say on this is this. I blame Tony fucking Khan for this, and I'm going to explain why. Tony Khan needs to take his balls out of the pocket of the EVPs and let CM Punk come back. Okay? I know they have an estimated time when CM Punk is going to return, but they need to let him come back. You're basically paying this man to visit his old job. Okay, so he has absolutely nothing to fucking do in Chi-Town. Nothing. Okay, there's no MMA event happening in Chi-Town anytime soon. Okay, so you're paying this man to sit home and go visit his old co-workers and his old boss and make menses. Tony Khan, you better take your fucking head out of your ass, okay, and understand you are going down the Eric Bischoff road, okay, of leading an organization. You don't have your strongest talent sitting their fucking asses at home, able to go to their old job. That is piss poor. That looks bad on you as an executive, and it looks bad on AEW as an organization. I don't give a rat's ass that he tried to make amends. I give a damn if he had things to do and he was on the road to wherever the fuck next city you was going to be at, he wouldn't have time to do that, okay? He would not have time to be making money outside with another organization hosting the event, and that he had a chance to visit his old motherfucking coworkers. Okay, that is definitely a disgrace to you as a leader, and that's a disgrace to your organization. Any leader worth his soul will never have a talent sit home. What job do you know allows you to sit home and go visit your old fucking job? Random thoughts. Do you know anywhere? Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Do you know anywhere? A job will allow you to sit the fuck home for 6 months. 6 fucking months because your 3 EVPs are bitches and they can't sit there and say, you know what, let's make amends. Let's put this to the side. Words were said, move the fuck on. Okay, that's what it is. Because of that, you have this man sitting there. And let me tell you a secret. If he was out of contract, Paul Levesque, even though I thought it was Levesque, Paul Levesque, like Big Daddy Cool Diesel said, okay, would have signed that man in a fucking New York minute. Okay,
this is Phil Brook talking to Paul Levesque.
Exactly, he would have signed that, and VKM would have co-signed. He just said, "Let me come there and co-sign that." Okay, because that's what this was. Let me tell you something, Tony Khan. Okay, motherfuckers don't make menses if they don't have an intention to work with them again. Okay, because everybody here that's watching this right now, I don't go on a tirade. I'm gonna stop in a second. Everybody here, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Random Thought, everybody that's in YouTube land, that's in podcast land, knows if you're done with somebody, you're done with them for life. Okay. So if you go back and make a fucking amends, that means that there's potentiality that one day we're going to be together again. That's what that means. Okay? I don't care how well you place it, how well you put it on a fucking cake. The fact is that if you decide to go back to your old employer and get willing to get kicked out of the building, okay? You was willing to get kicked out of the building.
I'm going to risk it all, nigga. I'm going to risk it all.
That means you're willing to go back and do business again. You guys take it.
He's been going longer than 6 months. I mean, this happened in September. We are now in fucking. We're about to be in May. This nigga been almost a year now. What the fuck?
It's a disgrace.
It's about to be coming up on a year a little bit.
He is your talent. He's your fucking draw. Okay, let me tell you something. They on speculation sold out the Allstate Arena. They never said that CM Punk was going to be there. So on fucking speculation, they sold out the Allstate Arena. So who the fuck else have you signed that can do that? Let's be honest. Let's not Adam Cole, not Bryan Danielson, not John Moxley, not Christian Cage, not I was gonna say Santino, Cesaro. You know, none of them niggas could do what CM Punk could do when you fucking sign it. That and you know what's funny about that? You guys did not go after this man once. You didn't go after him twice. You went after him 3 fucking times. He made y'all look like an idiot the first time by saying that he possibly would come over. He sat with you in your fucking house in Florida, Tony Khan, and told you he was going to come. Then he decided not to. The second time he sat with fucking Cody Rhodes. And he had and Cody Rhodes went on television and said, "Oh, you know, when Cody was the executive vice president sitting in the hotel room interviewing, saying, "Oh yeah, CM Punk, he's coming, he's gonna come." He never showed. Third time around, you got him to fucking show, and this is the shit you trying to pull. Let me tell you something. When those 3 EVPs, when their contract is up, they are WWE bound. Okay, WWE fucking bound, and that's if anyone, number one is going to be Kenny goddamn Omega.
That's
okay,
right.
He's out the door. He's fucking gone. Okay, you can know that because guess what? Kenny Omega has more days behind him than he does have ahead of him, and he wants to be at a Mania. Point blank in the story.
Yeah, he has. Everybody wants a Mania in their life.
He wants a Mania in his career. Okay,
and we want to see him in AJ Styles. Period. What?
Exactly. And guess what? How you gonna make that happen? Because AJ's soon done. Okay.
Yeah.
AJ's 44. He right now. We don't know if AJ's coming back anytime soon. We have no idea. So the thing is that AJ's gonna say, "Let me sit my ass around so Kenny could come in. We could make dollars." And then, like Brandon Thought would say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
That's it.
Okay. So listen, I don't know, fellas. I don't know. I think that, you know, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. How the fuck are you paying this man for over 6 months to sit his fucking white ass at home, not drawing a dime for the organization? Let's call it a spade. Not drawing. How is the ice cream bar selling? Is the ice cream bar selling? Okay.
Oh, I think them shirts is.
Them shirts are. They be in the audience still.
But then he is the reason why you were having large gates, right? The end of the day, you're not a WWE. You don't have that streaming deal just yet. So you need the door dollars and the pay-per-view dollars. Okay? And I'm so sorry. MJF, he's good, but he's not a CM Punk. He's not drawing those numbers in. He's not. No matter if he come on, no matter how many media scrums he come out and says, "I'm the fucking guy. It doesn't matter. The fact is, he's not CM Punk. He's not drawing those numbers at all. It's just not. You might as well bring back your draw so you could take your fucking balls out the tank and now go back, you know, and make numbers for yourself. That's all. Make numbers. Because you banked on John Moxley, and clearly you can see John Moxley wants to fight in the fucking high school gym in fucking Staten Island. Okay, that's where
he's nothing more than the third guy of this group.
Let me tell you something. He is right now a less polished Enzo Amore. Okay, because at the end of the day, you know, that's all he want to do is fight in fucking backyards and matter of fact, Enzo Amore, I give him more credit because he's actually fighting, you know, going for world championships. You know, he's not on the main stage, but he's that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, but I look at John Moxley now, I'm like, damn, this was your champion, right? Yeah, like talk about falling behind. Like, you know how you look at WWE, be like you look at what's this guy name? What was his move again? Oh no, I was about to call him Great Khali. What's the other guy name? The other Indian man.
Mansoor.
No, not Mansoor. He was never the champion.
Jinder Mahal. Oh yeah.
I remember Jinder Mahal used to be a champion. That's crazy, right? But
that was only to impress the people in India. Let's call it spade a spade.
Yep, that was to get the India deal. Yep.
I mean, look, but John Moxley used to be their champion, and he was their champion on more than one occasion.
Let me tell you something. I used to say back in the day, Vince McMahon used to say, when in doubt, give it the belt to Cena. Okay. And this is what they say about Jon Moxley at AEW. When in doubt, give the title to Moxley.
But it should be when in doubt, give the title to Punk to back up everything you just said.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but Punk isn't there to give the title.
If you're gonna put the title on somebody and they're not going to wrestle and try to pull a Roman Reigns like MJF does, it might as well be somebody who you are upset at. That means you strip CM Punk of the title because you did it out of emotion over the EVPs being mad, Kenny Omega and the Mo and Joe Buck, them niggas. So I don't know their names. That's the new boys. Yeah, the new boys. So
Nick and Mike.
Huh? What's their name?
I don't know their name. Nick and Matt. Nick and Matt Jackson.
Nick and Matt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, them niggas. Mo and Joe Buck. I don't know them niggas. Anyhow, he is listening to them, so that's why he stripped them of the title. You're not even putting the title is there and it's not defended, so you could have just left it on CM Punk and had the pillars and everybody fighting for them. Who's gonna fight CM Punk at? Is it Double or Nothing? That's next, right? Or All In?
Yeah,
it's Double or Nothing. Yeah.
And then it's the Forbidden Door. Then I think it's All In. I think.
Yeah, but don't at Forbidden Door they fight Hirakura Shiranaka and Misha Bishi, number twos, and like all those kind of people.
All the sumo and kabuki fighters. That's what comes out.
No, you can't say. You can't say that.
Now, had it been me,
I'm gonna say the same thing. You cannot say that.
I'm just quiet over here. We would like to call them.
Do a little
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Oh man, season 2. Let's clap it up for Sour D.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. Thank you.
Yes.
He's coming a consummate professional. That's amazing. Do you have anything else on the rumor mill mashup? The word on the curbs?
Yes. So a wrestler by the name of Raka Khan, not to be confused.
Confused with Shaka.
Yeah, with Shaka Khan.
Right? Who the hell is Raka Khan?
Raka Khan was a
You don't know Raka Khan? Raka Khan.
Raka Khan was a female wrestler back in, as far as I remember, back from 2005 to 2011. She was I know she was in WWE developmental, and then she went into TNA for a little bit. I don't know whatever happened after that. However, Raka Khan is suing everyone. Okay, so let's just start. I'm going to just name you some of the people that Raka Khan is suing, alleging that they tried to kidnap her children and her. Okay.
Wait, hold on, time out. This is not the same. Is this the same lawsuit with that has something to do with Bianca Belair in it, or this is something different?
That's a whole different. I actually wanted to add to that.
Damn, I thought that's the one you was talking about.
No. Raka Khan, okay, is suing. Let's just name some of the names. I had to pull my pad over so I could go over some of the people. Okay, number 1, the state of Florida. Okay, number 2, the state of New York. Number 3, New York State ACS. Number 4, The Rock. Number 5, Miz and Maurice. Number 6, the Southern District of New York District Attorney. Number 7, the WWE. All right. Number 8, Jim Cornette. Okay. There's a long other list, but those are just some of the names that I gave you. She's suing for $3.3 billion with a B. Now, the judge in this case told her the only way if she could move forward with this, if this is unheard of, ladies and gentlemen, so let's just go on record. The only way she can move forward if she pays for the entire trial. Okay, so meaning that she's paying out of her pocket the salaries of everyone that's going to be a part of this trial. And so something says that Raka Khan does not have that type of money to be able to do this type of lawsuit. However, just alone the names, in this lawsuit, if she could get The Rock to come down himself, Dwayne Johnson, to say that he was a part of the kidnapping and and what have you, The state of Florida, for that matter, the state of New York, New York ACS and Southern District of New York, with Ms. Anne Maurice, if he could get all these people to come down, I mean, if she can, then maybe there may be a trial. There just may be. I don't know. There may just might be.
Wait, hold on. She was kidnapped, and this is why she's suing people?
She's claiming that there was
a plan, an intricate plot
put together to kidnap her children, and her, and in turn then kidnap her.
Mm-hmm.
And when did she wrestle for them?
This was from 2005 to 2011. She was in WWE developmental because there was no NXT at that time. So I'm pretty sure it was Florida Championship. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The Rock wasn't even in wrestling in 2005.
Well, he knew her. He apparently knew her in some way, shape, or form. He apparently knew who she was.
And while he was doing his movies and everything, he somehow was a part of the coup to kidnap her kids and things, allegedly.
Okay, she probably got some she probably got that Chris Benoit going on, so I don't know.
I'm sorry, I forgot. He's on the list too.
What? No, come on.
I swear to God, Chris Benoit.
Okay, now she's really bugging.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna sue a dead man?
No, he meant to go get her and the kids, but instead it happened at home. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Gosh.
All this but did they have this at the Florida State Capitol or the New York State Capitol? That's what I'm just thinking, because she's suing both states. So
First of all, she gonna turn up missing somewhere, because you suing fucking crooked ass Florida and even more crooked ass New York State, bitch, you gonna end up missing.
And I didn't even know New York had a Southern District. Like, we have a Southern in New York. I thought we was North.
Those are actually the people that is suing Donald Trump currently as well. The Southern District of New York. Oh, I'm sorry, and also she's also suing the NYPD, and that's the only part of the lawsuit I'm for. Anytime the NYPD
anytime you sue them, you always gonna win. So that's probably the only lawsuit she gonna win is NYPD.
Probably.
Them gonna be the only niggas that show up.
Always, they always show up like, man, they got us again, y'all. They always catching us.
Oh, shit,
there's a fund the NYPD has specifically for lawsuits.
Sheesh. You got any besides that fucking story, Masha? Do you have anything else for the?
Big Daddy Cool just named. There is another lawsuit. Okay, that a WWE writer is claiming that she was supposed to write ghetto storylines for Bianca Belair. Okay, so she's now suing the WWE and Bianca Belair. So the person who she actually was writing the stuff for, that she thought should not get the stuff, she's suing them and suing her as well, and also Vince McMahon. So, so essentially, if you're suing the WWE, you're actually suing Endeavor at this point, and then you're suing Vince and Bianca Belair. And
this is why they're going to let Vince go, because of all this. But then also, too, within that lawsuit, it was something about the Apollo Crews being forced to speak with the Nigerian accent. Then they were saying something. It was supposed to be a gimmick between Mansoor, Aaliyah, and Angel Garza. And then at some point, Mansoor was going to be, this is crazy, that Mansoor was going to reveal that he was a part of the 9/11 attacks.
Oh, my God.
Yo.
Is that nigga even old enough? Was he even born?
No, I don't even think he was old enough.
Was he born? Shut up.
He could have been born, but he would have been a baby. I don't even...
Exactly.
Oh, he's the child that the fireman runs out the building with when the building was falling. Oh, it was him.
No.
Wow.
I'll be hating all these lawsuit things. And then, like, Girl, what you trying to do? Get Bianca in trouble right now? Now the belt gonna be dropped. She's gonna be at the end of the list now. Like,
first of all,
you know how they do when they do it.
I disagree.
Okay, me too.
I disagree.
Well, first of all, not let me cut you, Brandon. There's an Endeavor. Let's not even talk about WWE anymore. Okay, Endeavor has enough lawyers to keep you in court for the next 50 years before you even see $1, even if you win. Okay, and understand something. The show, Entourage, right, is dedicated to the CEO of Endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me put that in perspective.
Yeah.
It is the show is about the CEO of Endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the guy's name right now. Arnie or something like that.
Entourage used to be my shit.
Okay, it's about him. That show is about him. Okay, and you obviously know he invented the line "Petty Crocker." Okay, so at the end of the day, you want to go after the WWE for anything right now, you better be ready to fight. Okay, you better find a way to dig up Johnny Cochran and find a way to fight this. Okay, because if not, they're gonna throw a lawsuit at you that your damn great grandchildren would have to pay for. Okay, so that's where you got to be extremely careful about putting out frivolous lawsuits. Random thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was I gonna say? Oh, with the whole Bianca Belair and suing her. First of all, when we were talking about Bianca Belair and her come up and how she won and she succeeded, and we knew, they were getting black writers at the time. We were offended back in the days when Crime Time was Crime Time, and Coco Beware, and we had all these different depictions of like how black wrestlers were, and then pardon me, now to have a sister who's at the top and they having a sister right, if they didn't use the term ghetto more specifically, I think that's where the issue is the ghetto part. If it's like make the sister have sister storylines, like don't pull on my hair because we all know black women don't play about their hair. Okay, that's fine, but to make it ghetto, I liked Hill Bianca when she had a little, you ain't even from Acorn in her. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't go here. Right. So
I think it was a line. That. I think it was a line that was supposed to be said. Don't make me take my earrings out and whip your ass. It was some shit like that. Like,
but imagine her pulling that off. Ghetto. We would have liked that. We would have liked that, and I think we would have resignated and we would have understood. Only reason why
she had on big ass earrings. So don't let me take these big ass earrings out and let me whip your ass. Like it only makes sense to me.
With the hair, and then you got the hair, like
you know what I'm saying. Like,
the fucking the icon for. What's that? Boost Mobile? What's the green thing that be they sponsor? Cricket?
Yeah, Cricket, yeah.
It now has a Bianca Belair. It used to be in the locker room with the Miz, then it was with Charlotte. Now it has I was more offended by that. I was like, what the fuck? But hey, sis, you suing them, good luck.
Shout out to Bianca Belair.
Like they said in Taken.
She was on that latest episode with Kevin Hart. What is this show again named Coldest Balls. Mm-hmm. Cold Ass Balls. So that was a good one. And I didn't even know that the reason the reason why she has a ponytail because Montez told her that she should keep the ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
And now look at it. It works for her. He said, you should keep that. Then that, you know what I mean? That could be a part of your thing. It could be branded, you know what I mean? And look, it works for her. She comes out swinging. I whip my hair like a whip my hair like a whatever that song is by Willow.
Hey, that's it. That's it for what I got. Random thoughts.
All right. Well, the rumor mill was running. The rumor has it. We talked about that. However, this week the future starts on Friday, and we talking about it. Somebody mentioned the draft on AEW. I think they was really talking about WWE, but they want to act like it was the NFL. But whatever, we are going to be discussing one of the hottest topics.
On Anderson, little sneaky motherfucker.
He see now. He don't know. But anywho, we are discussing coming up. It's been all talked about in wrestling world and the universe is the draft. Who's going where the belt's going, who's doing what. what does the whole landmark of professional wrestling and WWE look like? Because this is now like Triple H and his creative and getting in his mind. All brands are up for grabs. People are going all places. We want to get y'all feedback, Kings, on where do y'all think people are going and what they doing. So anybody want to have at it? Or
I'll tell you the truth, it is so much talent that WWE has. I don't even know how to. I feel like whoever's on Raw, and there's like somewhat of that shining star, and got that oomph to them.
mm-hmm.
They will be heading to SmackDown. So in the lights of Chad Gable, SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Montez Ford, SmackDown. And I don't want them to break up the Street Profits. I really don't. I would like to see both of the Street Profit members at SmackDown. But I'm just thinking it's going to be Montez Ford. Who else?
About being a dishwasher.
What?
We heard that.
I don't. It's so many people. I don't want Austin Theory on SmackDown because I don't want them to change titles. I don't want the Intercontinental title on Raw like it on SmackDown.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I think that Imperium and Gunther and the Intercontinental title is going to Raw, and
I think
Austin,
so too.
And Austin Theory is the United States title is going to SmackDown. I'll start a beat that I came up with it. I'll say what I think. I think that Montez Ford and Bianca will stay on Raw, and Angelo Dawkins will end up on SmackDown.
That's a bold prediction.
Mm-hmm. I think that the Alpha Academy, all three of them will end up going because they now have Maxine Dupree. Because wherever Otis goes, Maxine goes, and whatever, I think that both of them will go to SmackDown because we need to keep some form of a tag team to seem like a viable tag team besides the Viking Raiders, who I believe is going to Raw. Who else? I think Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, and Becky Lynch is going to SmackDown. I think Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa is going to Raw, and Jey Uso is going to be on SmackDown. I think Bronson Reed, and because Bobby Lashley is going over there, and this is not the end of this rivalry, is going to SmackDown so that he can be built up as the monster that he is. I think Raquel Gonzalez is going to Raw.
But they the tag title. They the tag.
Yeah, they fight on all things, but I think they'll be designated to Raw because they're gonna lose them. I think Braun is going to Raw because they don't really like to break up couples during the draft anymore. They don't really break up couples. So people who are dating, I'm under the impression that they'll be switching brands and they'll be going to Raw. I also think that Ali is going to SmackDown. I think Finn, Judgment Day, and Rhea Ripley is going to SmackDown. She's clearly the SmackDown Women's Champion. And we saw when they try to exchange titles that don't go too well and it doesn't make sense creatively. We're under a Triple H era. He wants people to earn shots and fight for the titles. I don't want Riddle to go to SmackDown. I want Riddle to stay on Raw, but I want Riddle to turn heel.
I want Riddle to put on some shoes.
Did I forget anybody? Rey Mysterio, I think, is going to go back to SmackDown. He's going to ride it off into the sunset and go on the show that has made him famous over the years. He just went into the Hall of Fame. He can end off and round off his Hall of Fame career on SmackDown. Raw besides the other rumors we have. I think we're also getting the ropes being exclusive to the shows, like how the ropes used to be blue for SmackDown, red, black for Raw. I think we get in that. I also think that what else I made a note of?
They're changing the sets too.
That would be, you know what? If you're gonna bring in the general managers, as we spoke about earlier, you're gonna do the rope, thing. The mid card titles are going to opposing shows that it's not on right now. What the fuck? You know what? Change the set too. Why not? And as of right now, those are my. I meant to say with Damage Control. I think that EO is gonna stay on Raw. EO's gonna stay on Raw. Bailey's going to SmackDown. I think Dakota Kai is going back to NXT.
Nah, I don't think Dakota Kai going back to NXT.
She's trash. I liked her. Her and Tegan Knox could go back to NXT. Is that or put Tegan on a release and send Dakota to NXT?
Okay. All right. Okay, so I think I got some people.
Okay.
All right. I'm mad. Your screen looked like you froze. You just kept your head in the same position. I was wondering what you actually lied. You just kept your head in the same position. All right. All right. Right. As we know, my predictions usually come true. So
one time, nigga, one time. And the time before that, mine was right, and we ain't record. So we only record when you right. But go ahead.
All right. So here we go.
All right.
All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not prediction. This is a spoiler alert.
Oh.
All right. Just letting you know. Shout out to Paul Heyman. All right. So I see for the let's say Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna tell you who I think is going to Monday Night Raw. I agree with Brandon thought. I think that the tribal chief is going to Monday Night Raw. I feel that Raw needs that, right? They need that pickup. I think Matt Riddle is going to be on Monday Night Raw. I think that Montez Ford is going to be on Monday Night Raw. I think that Omos will be on Monday Night Raw. I think that Ricochet and Braun Strowman will be on Monday Night Raw. I think that, unfortunately, Ronda Rousey will be on Monday Night Raw. I think that I'm just going through my list of what I was saying. Shinsei Nakamura will be on Monday Night Raw. Shotzi Blackheart will be on Monday Night Raw. Solo Sikoa will be on Monday Night Raw. God Awful Tamina will be on Monday Night Raw. Okay. Sonya Deville will be on Monday Night Raw. All right. So let's go to SmackDown. I believe that Jimmy Uso will be on SmackDown. I believe that Becky Lynch will be on SmackDown. I think that was one of yours too, Brandon thought. I believe that just jumping around a little bit. Okay, sorry again. I believe that Seth Rollins will be on SmackDown. I also believe that Gunther will stay on SmackDown. I believe that sorry, I've been scratching names out as y'all. I know I was cheating. I waited to go last, so I started scratching names out. Rey Mysterio will be still on SmackDown. The entire Judgment Day will be on SmackDown. Okay, because I didn't see them breaking that up because they need a storyline on SmackDown. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will stay on SmackDown. Let me see what else I got. The New Day, I believe, is going to stay broken up, but I believe that Xavier Woods is going to be on SmackDown, and I believe that Big E, when he returns, and Kofi will be on Raw. LWO will stay on SmackDown, and that's all of my predictions. Are we doing NXT predictions of who I think is moving down to NXT?
Well, you didn't even do call-ups. I didn't put no call-ups on none of the main event.
I have call-ups, but I was trying to give it base for y'all to talk, and then we go back and forth. That's what I was doing, but I can say
I think so. I'll tell you who I think is going to go down to NXT. Okay, Scarlett, I believe is going to go down.
What? They're not breaking up. You think they're going to break up her and Karrion Kross?
I don't think so. I think they're gonna break that up.
They're not. He just said that they don't break up couples. Like that's why when you said
I don't know.
That's why when you said Ricochet going to Raw, that's not going to happen because he messed with the ring announcer. That's about to be his wife.
She might become the Raw ring announcer.
That's true too.
I like on SmackDown.
That's
because she got to do the Roman Reigns.
Exactly. Also, speaking about that, the commentators. We didn't talk about that. Remember, Jim Ross was the first commentator ever that got drafted, right? Do you think that? I don't know if they'll flip Michael Cole back to Raw, but what I will say is that we need to figure out how to get rid of this guy that's doing Raw, and I think the guy from NXT that did Raw for a few months should come back up to do Raw again. Because
he would be a call-up. You think the NXT thing is a call-up?
Yeah,
okay.
I think he would be a call-up. I think he honestly would be a call-up, to be honest with you, because this guy's fucking terrible. I mean, I give it to him, but I give it to him. I give him A for effort for trying, but I don't think he's the guy for this job.
Once you said, it reminded me of something else now about the draft, but I hope I remember the thought when we get there. Just while you're on call-ups, the only 1, 2, 3, 4 people I saw getting called up was Braun, Roxanne, Tyler Bate, and Jordan Devlin. Is that his name? That's his new name?
No, it's JD McDonough.
JD.
Yeah, him. Those are the ones. That's the ones that I think are getting called up. Why I'm at.
And Chase U. He's getting called up.
I guess still, yeah.
I see him on SmackDown. I see Chase U, Tyler Bate on SmackDown. Maybe Roxanne Perez too on SmackDown. Braun on Raw. And who was the other one you said?
You said Tyler Bate, right? Roxanne.
Tyler Bate. And probably Von. I think Von Wagner probably get called up.
Yeah, he's coming. I think so too.
I see him on Raw.
I meant to say what what never happened. Say to Friday on SmackDown that
they call it one of the champions.
The tag team champions win. Like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens retain, and they get put on 2 opposite shows. What if that has never happened before?
Pretty Deadly on SmackDown.
Oh yeah. Make it happen. I'm with that. Put my name down for that too. I'm with it. They say Pretty Deadly might come on. Wherever Pretty Deadly ends up, you can see them with Seth Rollins.
I like that.
Oh, that's a pairing. That's
yes, boy. I love them niggas. I love them.
That's a booking. You got anybody else, Sour D's, that who you think is going who, what, where, how, and when?
Oh, for my brand split?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so many of these goddamn people. Well, Braun Strowman is concussed right now, so
how the hell his big ass is concussed? I don't even
during the match between them and the Viking Raiders. I think that's why.
If he needed a vacation, there's easier ways to do it. I mean, seriously.
Like I said, Chad Gable on SmackDown, Ricochet on SmackDown, Seth on SmackDown, Becky on SmackDown, Jey Uso on SmackDown, Pretty Deadly getting called up. They on SmackDown. Tyler Bate getting called up. He's on SmackDown. Roxanne Perez getting called up. She's on SmackDown. Johnny Gargano, SmackDown. Candice
Johnny
LeRae,
Gargano, NXT.
Johnny Gargano, SmackDown. Candice LeRae, SmackDown.
At least he said his name this time.
I know, usually Johnny no name.
Tommaso Ciampa, SmackDown. Gunther, Raw. Imperium, Raw. LDW, LWO, SmackDown. Judgment Day, SmackDown. Roman, Raw. Cody, SmackDown.
Oh, I forgot to say Cody SmackDown as well.
Me too.
Jimmy Solo, Raw. Kevin and Sammy, SmackDown. New Day, Raw. But I see Big E coming back. I think Big E will be coming back. I say Raw. Karrion Kross and Scarlett, Raw. Otis stays on Raw with Maxine Dupree. Oh, LA Knight, SmackDown. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, what else?
I think he's going to Raw.
Wherever the new titles gonna be, that's where people like him is going to be, and I think that new title is going to be on
SmackDown. Mm-hmm.
So I meant to ask. So you guys don't think Trick Williams could get called up?
If he gets called up, Carmelo Hayes will have to be coming up too.
You think so?
You can't have no Trick without Carmelo.
Who
Trick is going to be with? Who Trick going to be with?
You can make him his own solo star and start making him a star right now. Without Carmelo, because Carmelo is clearly the star. They both good together, but Carmelo is set. So maybe to make Trick a star is to call him up. I can see them doing that.
Angelo Dawkins, Raw. Okay, Trick, Raw. He could be with Angelo Dawkins. He could be the mouthpiece for Angelo Dawkins or something like that. I can see that.
He wrestles too, you know.
I know. Hit Row, back to NXT.
I want to put them on the fire list.
That too. Get rid of them. Goodbye. Listen, go. And then go back to and then get picked up by AEW because AEW stealing people from WWE and trying to rekindle
By the
something.
way, do you think that Veer is going to get called up, or you think he's going to stay down there?
Veer Mahan?
Yeah.
Oh no, because they come on. Remember how many months we were waiting for him to return to come to Raw, and then he finally came, and that shit was nothing.
It was flat.
Yeah, they shouldn't have gave him the Indian version of Rusev. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's everyone's predictions.
John Cena is just everywhere. He's in an Experian commercial.
Oh, he's been doing that. He's been doing that for a while.
Experian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a while.
Damn, I gotta watch TV more.
All right, Brandon, take it away. You got this.
Well, everyone has gave their predictions. I don't know if we've been keeping track of who we think is going where, but as we know, starting this week on Friday Night SmackDown.
Hold on, one more.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry to cut you off. General Manager Teddy Long is coming back, and I'll give him to SmackDown.
Okay. And so who would be the general manager of Raw?
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that is your prediction. Any more predictions, commentators, call-ups, demotions? Well, moved over to NXT. The Three Amigos have said who they think, where they're going, who, what, where, how, and when.
Dolph Ziggler, NXT.
Dolph Ziggler, fired. He can go to AEW.
I was going to say corporate office.
A year ago.
I feel like Dolph Ziggler can go to NXT and become a coach at the Performance Center.
Dolph wonderful! Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah,
yeah, that'd be good.
I think that would work. Definitely. Well, so with that all being said, we had a great episode. We're gonna go a little bit into our final thoughts. Correct, right?
Yep.
So I'll hit y'all with a random thoughts. When someone says you've changed, it simply means you stop living your life their way. Maybe that's why you hear that so much. Spoiler alert, your opinion is not my reality. That's the Brandom Thought. I have Brandom Thoughts, Brandom Lee. Mash out. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to say, make sure you like, click, comment, and subscribe to all everything the Three Amigos, whether YouTube, whether on any podcast, any podcast you any
such as
podcast source you listen to, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and much more. That we're on almost everything. So thank you for listening. And you know what? I'm so happy for this new season. I'm so excited for it. And I love these guys, more than cook food on a Sunday. So, that's about it.
No, I love food more. Fuck y'all niggas. Just kidding.
Persistence always overcomes resistance. Diesel.
Yes, this week I had a good week, and I hope you all have one too. I had a therapy session this week, and my therapist told me to don't compare pain. Pain is pain. So whoever's out there with pain, you'll get there soon. It's still hurting you, and don't try to hurt others with your hurt. Pain is pain. Don't compare it.
Wow.
That was nice. Ja Rule said pain is love, and that was dope. Well, we can't say nothing else better than that. That was dope. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for another great episode of the Three Amigos Podcast Show. We out.
Light.